Anyone who has ever been to the ocean or seen a picture of our planet taken from space knows that there's plenty of water on Earth. In fact, most of the Earth's surface is covered in water. However, almost all of that water is salt water. In fact, 97% of the water on Earth is salt water. That means only 3% of the water on Earth is fresh water. That doesn't seem like very much fresh water for people to use and drink, does it? But wait, the amount we can use is even less than that. As I said, only 3% of the water on Earth is fresh water. But of that 3%, almost 75% is in the form of ice in the coldest parts of our planet. That means that only about 25% of the fresh water on Earth is in liquid form. This small percentage, less than 1% of all the water on Earth, provides drinking water for every person on Earth, as well as for its plants and animals. Now that's amazing. Today, I will talk about this amazing precious resource, Earth's freshwater supply. Where does fresh water come from? When rain or snow falls from the sky, much of the water sinks into the ground and becomes groundwater. But if the water can't enter the ground, or if the ground is already full of water, then the water stays on the surface. This water starts to move over the surface, and as it flows, it cuts a path into the land. Over time, the path becomes deeper. Now that flow of water is called a stream. Streams are small, but if they combine or come together with other streams and become bigger, then we can call it a river. Sometimes streams and rivers stop flowing and form a pond or lake. Other times, water keeps flowing across the land until it reaches the ocean. Of course, fresh water is on the surface of Earth too. It is in streams, rivers, ponds, and lakes. It helps people in many important ways. Rivers carry nutrients and spread them over the land as they flow. As a result, most land near rivers is rich and fertile, which means it is very good for growing plants. Many farms are located near rivers for this reason. Of course, farmers also need to give their crops fresh water every day to keep them healthy. People also use fresh water for daily tasks, such as washing dishes and clothes, cleaning and bathing, and so on. Water is used in industry, for transportation, and just for playing and enjoyment. But the most important role of fresh water is to provide clean water for humans and animals to drink. Without fresh water, life on Earth could not exist as it does today. As you can see, people, plants, and animals need fresh water to survive. Unfortunately, there are many problems threatening Earth's freshwater supply today. Unsurprisingly, these problems are caused by humans. Land development for human purposes leads to the loss of our natural environment. I'm referring in particular to the construction of buildings, roads, and parking lots. When we cover the Earth with concrete, the land can no longer absorb water. In other words, concrete prevents water and nutrients from entering the ground. Land development projects, therefore, affect Earth's freshwater supply in a negative way. Pollution also affects our water supply. Pollution comes from many sources. Factories, human waste, and fertilizers are just a few examples. Air pollution mixes with the rain, which falls to Earth and then enters the water supply. The trash that people drop on the street may end up in a stream or river. Farmers use fertilizers to help their crops grow, but then these chemicals seep into the ground and into the water. Some water supplies on Earth can no longer be used because they have become so polluted. However, perhaps the biggest threat to our freshwater supply is overuse by humans. The total amount of water on Earth can never increase. In contrast, the number of people on Earth is increasing all the time. Every year, there are millions of new people on Earth, which means millions more people using and drinking water. An increase in population means a need for more food, which means more farming and more water for crops. People use more water every year, and this is causing problems all over the world. According to the World Water Council, more than 1 billion people do not have access to clean, safe water. Water is our most important natural resource. No human could live more than a few days without water. Therefore, we must protect our water supply. People must learn not to waste water. All countries around the world need to cooperate in order to stop pollution and use water more carefully. Only by making changes now can we protect Earth's fresh, clean water for the future.